Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got something super exciting for you. No, we're not giving away $100,000 or anything, but it's going to blow your mind. We're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts that you probably didn't know. I'm talking about things that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. So buckle up, get ready to have your mind blown, and let's jump right into it. Alright, first up, we're talking about the shortest war in history. It's a fascinating and almost unbelievable event that took place over a century ago. You guys think you can guess how long it lasted? Go ahead, take a wild guess. An hour? A day? Maybe even a week? Nope, try 38 minutes. Yes, you heard that right, just 38 minutes. Yep, you heard that right. It was over almost as soon as it began. The Anglo-Zanzibar War, fought between Britain and Zanzibar, which is now part of Tanzania, back in 1896, lasted a whopping 38 minutes. This war was a result of a succession dispute after the death of the pro-British Sultan. I mean, can you imagine? A war shorter than your lunch break? That's barely enough time to make a pizza, let alone fight a whole war. Think about it. You could start making a pizza, and by the time it's done, the war would be over. The Sultan of Zanzibar basically declared war on Britain, and the British were like, nah, we're good, and took over the place in less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favourite sitcom. The British forces bombarded the Sultan's palace, and within minutes, the Sultan's forces surrendered. The aftermath was swift and decisive. The British installed a new Sultan who was more favourable to their interests, and life in Zanzibar quickly returned to normal. It's a remarkable example of how quickly the tides of power can turn. Okay, this next one is seriously wild. You might want to sit down for this. We all know honey is basically liquid gold, right? It's sweet, it's sticky, and it's been a staple in our kitchens for centuries. It's delicious, it's good for you, and get this, it never spoils. Like ever. You can keep it on your shelf for years, and it will still be as good as the day you bought it. Archaeologists have actually found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And guess what? It's still edible. Imagine discovering a jar of honey that's older than most civilizations and being able to eat it. They could crack open one of those jars and put it on a piece of toast right now. It's like a time capsule of sweetness. That's because honey has this crazy low moisture content and high acidity that basically makes it impossible for bacteria and other microorganisms to grow. It's a natural barrier against spoilage. It's like nature's own super preservative. So next time you drizzle honey on your toast or in your tea, remember, you're enjoying a treat that's been perfected by nature to last forever. All right, get ready for your mind to be officially blown. We're about to dive into some truly mind-bending facts about our neighbouring planet, Venus. On Venus, a day is actually longer than a year. Yes, you heard that correctly. This isn't some science fiction plot, it's real. Yeah, you heard me right. It's one of those facts that makes you question everything you thought you knew about time and space. Here on Earth, a day is 24 hours, the time it takes for our planet to rotate once on its axis. This is something we experience every single day, without giving it much thought. And a year is 365 days, the time it takes for Earth to orbit the Sun. This is the cycle that dictates our seasons, our calendars, and our lives. But Venus is playing by a whole different set of rules. It's like the rebel of the solar system, doing its own thing. It rotates so slowly that a single rotation takes a whopping 243 Earth days. Imagine a day that long. You'd have to wait over half a year just to see the sun rise and set once. And because it's closer to the sun, It zips around the sun in just 225 Earth days. So, while its days are incredibly long, its years are relatively short. So yeah, on Venus, you'd celebrate your birthday every 225 days. Imagine having a birthday party more than once a year. But you'd only see one sunrise every 243 days. Talk about confusing. It's a world where time as we know it is completely turned on its head. So next time you think your day is dragging on, just remember Venus. There, a single day would feel like an eternity. It's a fascinating reminder of how diverse and strange our universe can be. Chapter 4. Okay, this next one is a real head-scratcher. You ready for this? Bananas are technically berries, but strawberries aren't. I know, right? It feels like the world is playing some kind of cruel joke on us. But it all comes down to the botanical definition of a berry. See, a berry is a fruit that develops from a single ovary in a flower. And believe it or not, bananas fit that description perfectly. Strawberries, on the other hand, develop from multiple ovaries, so they're actually what's called an aggregate fruit. Mind blown, right? Chapter 5. This next fact is going to make you feel incredibly small, but in a good way, I promise. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the Earth's beaches combined. We're talking billions upon billions of stars, guys. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around just how vast and infinite the universe truly is. It makes all our problems here on Earth seem pretty insignificant, doesn't it? Chapter 6. Octopuses are some of the coolest, weirdest creatures on the planet. They're incredibly intelligent. They can change colour and shape at will. And get this, they have 3 hearts. Yep, 3. 2 of their hearts pump blood through their gills, while the third one keeps their organs supplied with oxygenated blood. Scientists think this triple heart system might be why octopuses are so good at camouflage and escaping from predators. It's like having a built-in turbocharger. You know that iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris? Well, it turns out it's a bit of a shapeshifter. See, metal expands when it gets hot and contracts when it cools down, right? Well, the Eiffel Tower is made of iron, and during the summer, when temperatures in Paris can soar, the tower can actually grow up to 15 centimeters taller. That's over 6 inches. It's like it's reaching for the sky. And then, in the winter, it shrinks back down again. It's like the tower is breathing. Chapter 8. Lightning's toasty power. Ever been caught in a thunderstorm and felt that jolt of adrenaline when lightning strikes? Well, there's a good reason for that. A single bolt of lightning can contain enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. That's right, 100,000. That's enough toast to feed a small army. Lightning is no joke, guys. It's basically a giant spark of electricity, and it's seriously powerful stuff. Chapter 9. Banana DNA surprises. This next fact is going to make you rethink your relationship with bananas forever. Humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. We might look and act totally different from bananas, but on a genetic level, we're more similar than you might think. It just goes to show that all living things on Earth are connected in some way. Chapter 10. Pringles can surprise. All right, last but not least, we've got a story that's a little bit funny and a little bit creepy. Frederick Bohr, the guy who invented the Pringles can, was so proud of his creation that he wanted to be buried in one when he died. And guess what? His family actually honored his request. They put his ashes in a Pringles can and laid him to rest in his very own invention. Now that's what I call dedication. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these facts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. And don't forget to let me know in the comments, which fact surprised you the most? Was it the shortest war ever? The honey that never goes bad? Or maybe the guy buried in a Pringles can? Let me know. Until next time, stay curious.